Alright, so let's start off. Over here we got a Campo fragilis colony I got from another keeper. When I got them, they were in an Ants Canada V2 hybrid nest, but there was no larva. Let's see if I can find the larva. They've been in this XL for a while now. They're starting to get larvae. Stupid camera, it's out of focus. There we go. Alright, in this nest we got Novomesser, Cockerilli. We got this queen is 2.5 months old. We've got about 7-8 workers in there. Here's a discolor colony I got out of a log yesterday. This one's actually for my girlfriend. Here's my mature discolor colony. This colony I got 2 years ago from a single queen. We're at about 100 workers now. Let's see what else we're working with. Here is a Formica, I believe Subserica. I'm not entirely sure. I got these in Fort Davis, so really west in the mountains. There's the queen. Nice new clutch of eggs. They're doing great. Let's see. Here is my Camponotus castaneus colony. So this is actually one of the more pretty ants, but also one of my least favorite Campo, just because they don't do anything. Like, I'd never see them foraging in the outworld or anything. They just sit here all day long. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I've got a Campo vicinus colony back here. Well, it could be Sansabanus, but... So I got these guys out in Austin, Texas. They are, there's some larvae in the back over there. They're doing alright. I think there's about 12 workers, maybe. Let's see. I also have a Fedoli crassicornis colony right here. These are out from Austin as well. They're also a polygene setup. And then here is a Phenagaster. I think it's Carolinasis. I don't know if I probably butchered that pronunciation, but they're doing alright. I caught these guys as a single queen about a year ago, I'd say. Maybe a little more than that. And then over here, we've got the Polygene Novomesser I just posted on my Instagram. They're doing pretty well, actually. See, tons of new eggs, tons of pupa, larvae, everything. They don't forage as much as the other, but it's mainly because the heat lamps are on. I have heat lamps over all my setups. Over here. Alright, so moving on to the next row of things. Here we have, let me pick these up. So here we have my Polygene Mimicus colony, actually. And someone's at my door, 1 second. Sorry about that. Here's a Polygene Mimicus. Let's see, you can see some of the workers in there for sure. They're doing alright. Not sure if they're eating the ant nectar yet. These workers all just closed pretty recently. Here's more of a single queen example. Let's see if I can get that shown off. Pretty sure they're Mimicus, I'm not entirely sure though. Here's a few Mexicanus queens I'm currently housing. They're doing okay. Not really many. This one's doing better actually. Probably get some larvae on them soon. I have other ones, but these are the ones I'm keeping here. Yeah, they're doing alright. Alright, under here, we've got a couple soon-to-be colonies / colonies. Here's a Festinatus colony that I really enjoy. One of my favorite Campo. They're basically fragilis, but the queen is blackhead, and the majors of these have a blackhead as well. These are my Novomesser. See that this one will have a worker within the next probably an hour or two. That one's gonna hatch. Maybe I'll get a video of it, her opening it up. Novomesser is probably one of my more favorite genus. And I found that none of these queens have been fed in the founding stage, and you can just see how successful they've been. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if it's required of feeding, but I personally don't feed many of my founding queens. Here is a chromatic aster. I don't even know what this is, honestly. Maybe Sarasi. This is from El Paso, Texas. Came to my light sheet. El Paso, Texas is the furthest I can legally collect, but it's also basically in New Mexico, Mexico, and Texas. You can get tons of cool stuff in that little geographic range. That's where these came from, up on one of the hills. No idea what they are. They're a nice little species of Campo for sure. You can see the brood piles there. I honestly could not tell you what these are. They're a pretty good size. I don't have a size measure. Over here we have Polygynous Novomester colonies I have set up. So these are all doing great. Let's see if I can find any egg piles. These were just set up a couple days ago. Oh, there's some eggs right there. Okay. So for heating of this whole, oh, I have more colonies over here. Let's see. Well, looks like somehow we have a Formica worker inside the Pogo rugosus nest. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, so we'll have to get that one out. It's just the things I have to deal with. Here's a Fedoli Paleosire colony right here. Doing pretty well. Pogo rugosus. I got this from another Texas keeper. This is not the nest that they were in a tube setup, like several tubes. Rugosus, they're one of my favorite pogos, but there's the queen right in there actually. But this is more of the dark coloration, so don't get me wrong, I still love them. And then this species is Pogo Californicus, or one of the other small ones that runs around. I'm not entirely sure with the Pogonomyrmex genus that frequents El Paso area. These were caught, so this queen was caught, I want to say 2 years ago, outside of my Airbnb. She was walking around. She was about, I'd say 9 millimeters, 8 or 9. Pretty small, but they grow like weeds. Can't see inside the nest because, you know, pogos are notorious for doing this crap. But yeah, here's my Barbados colony that I've started with some of the queens I caught this year. This one's doing the best out of all of them. I already got a larger worker cast being developed. I just keep them in little setups like this. That's what these drawers are for, but I have not gotten the chance to fill them yet. This is for where I keep, because I currently am selling at reptile expos now, and people love pogos. Love them. Pogos and Campo. I have a couple drawers filled with like Pennsylvanicus, and that ant nectar needs to be flipped over, but for the most part it's mainly like discolor, more Pennsylvanicus, just miscellaneous Campo species. Here's my mess of tubes because yesterday I accidentally knocked them over, but it's also where I keep my Atta. So my Atta colony is doing mediocre. I posted on how I killed them with pesticides not that long ago. That was probably about 2 months ago. They were in a this is a temporary setup. They were in a huge setup. The garden was double, if not triple this size. But now they're doing pretty well, I would say. Yeah, I mean, you can just see it's full of fungus. Chamber is completely full. There's 2 of the queens right there. So that's all good, but I need to get them in a more of an upgraded setup pretty soon. I leave this tray of oats on top, and I usually throw in rose petals, dried rose petals, and then I'm still working to get a live leaf source, because here they've sprayed everything with pesticides. Over here is just miscellaneous Campo colonies, which need new tubes. Not sure if I've put anything else. Let me see if I've moved anything else to here. There's the Castaneus, Fragilus, more creme. Oh, there goes my thermometer. So, and then here's the pyramid nest I've been building. So I had an accident yesterday. I harvested that discolor colony from a log and I dropped it on the ground. But, so here's the pyramid nest. It's looking pretty good now. It's dried out finally. See the holes inside. I'm working on different size nest, of course, but this is the prototype. It's gonna have water towers and everything. So yeah, there's that. Okay. I'm trying to think of and then I have mini hearths just for stock, just cause, you know, you can see some of these, I don't know, I can't remember which ants I went through and not. Oh, I guess I can show. I forgot to go on this side. Well, this is empty. Some of them are empty, that's why I didn't pick them up, because the queen died or the colony was sold or something. Here's a Mexicanus queen with larva and a pupa. I'm kind of worried about this queen because she only has one pupa. So I'm not sure if it could be a drone birth. She could be infertile. Here is a Polygynous Mexicanus setup I tried, and that queen in the back has most of the eggs. Maybe there's looks like there's a couple larvae. I tried this because Bay Area Ants on Instagram actually posted a picture of some queens in a tube. And so that just wanted me to try it. And then, so most of my mini hearths have Mexicanus in them. Just because, I don't know, it's easier to, found them in a mini hearth. I mean, I find it's about the same success rate. I think it's, right now, with the Mexicanus I have, it's only about a 20% mortality rate. I think there's one in here too. Yeah, look at that huge mountain of eggs. But this way I don't have to stress them out moving them to a mini hearth when they get workers, because when they first get workers, you gotta feed to get them strong for the winter. That one's empty also. And we got a Nova Messer doing something to a dubia roach that's dead. Not entirely sure. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm looking. I don't remember what's full and what's not. Oh, that one's broken. There's nothing. Nova Messer. What's back here? Venagaster. 1 second, guys. Castaneus. Fragilus. Discolor. Mexicanus. Yeah, that's about it for this row. Okay, now getting into the heating elements. So I need to work on my cord management, obviously. So these lights run, and they're controlled by Alexa. Hey Alexa, turn off ant lights.
Okay.
Give it a second. Well, that didn't work. Hey Alexa, turn off ant light.
Okay.
Well, for some reason that's not working right now, so whatever, that's besides the point. Maybe they'll shut off randomly in a second. Under each of these, there is a heating mat. That's probably why I was going to get them so I could put queen ants inside the test tubes. Or not queen ants in test tubes, but under here to keep them heated a lot. But it didn't work with the design of the shelf, so I was going to have them rotated this way, coming out, but then I would lose all the space in the back to put stuff in. So for now, these are all empty on the other side, so it's kind of a waste of money on that aspect, but there's heating mats. You can kind of see them under every single one. And so the light schedule, if Alexa would work right now, is 8:30 to 10:30 at night, 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. These lights are on. It keeps the nest about 85, I would say, roughly. Over here, it's probably a little hotter, and this is a huge bulb I have on this one, a huge heat light. And these get pretty hot, but pogos, you know, love the heat. And then for my queens and test tube setups, I have huge heating pads that heat the entirety of the metal shelf, and these are all controlled. Well, these are on all the time. And then let's see, this one also has a large heating mat. This is by a generic brand, but it actually makes it way hotter than this one. That's why I have to have this extra heat light on. So I have the foam, and then the foam actually insulates the heat pretty well. And that's basically all the ants I have for showing right now.